Hello everyone, welcome to Global Online. In this lecture, we are going to see NTA UGC NET Paper 1. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the most expected MCQ on Higher Education unit. We are going to see the complete revision of this unit. Students, we are having very less time in our hand. So do watch this lecture to clear all your doubt regarding the higher education unit, and this video will definitely help you to score more marks in the upcoming exam. Before we move forward, I want to tell you that we the Global Online has brought 2000 plus MCQ quick revision PDF in which you are going to get current affairs questions, previous year questions, most expected questions and most repeated questions for the paper 1. And this PDF is available just for ₹599. To get a PDF, contact on given number. अगर आप ये PDF लेके स्टडी करते हो तो मैं श्योर हूँ कि आपको 70-75 मार्क्स इजीली मिल जाएंगे और आपका पेपर 1 इजीली क्लियर हो जाएगा. What you are waiting for? Get the PDF and start your preparation today. The government has approved the scheme of Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, that is RUSA, for continuation till. मतलब कि जो स्कीम है राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान वो जो है वो गवर्नमेंट ने अप्रूव की है फॉर द कंटिन्यूएशन टिल द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर 2026, 2030, 2035 and 2040. So here the central government has approved the contribution of Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, that is RUSA scheme, till the March 31st, 2026 or till further review. Okay, and RUSA is centrally sponsored scheme for funding the state government university and the colleges to achieve the equity, access and excellence. So when we are talking about the RUSA, means the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shikshan Abhiyan, it is a centrally sponsored scheme और ये जो है वो लॉन्च हुई थी 2013 में. प्लीज रिमेंबर द ईयर अगेन हियर, दैट इज 2013 में ये जो स्कीम है वो स्पॉन्सर हुई थी. ओके, मतलब कि लॉन्च हुई थी. इट इज द एम एट प्रोवाइडिंग द स्ट्रेटेजिक फंडिंग टू एलिजिबल स्टेट हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन. So according to the explanation, the correct answer will be option number A, that is 2026. In this question, the assertion and the reason is given. The assertion is the EduTech is a short form of education technology, and the reason given is it uses computers, computer programs and educational system to provide learning and training. यहाँ पर ये क्वेश्चन कहता है कि EduTech जो है वो शॉर्ट फॉर्म है एजुकेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी का. तो ये समझने के लिए आपको पहले EduTech मतलब क्या ये पता होना यहाँ पर जरूरी है. एजुकेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ IT tools and educational practice aimed at facilitating and enhancing the learning is called a EduTech. Okay, this is a short form for educational technology. That means the assertion is correct, and the reason given is it uses the computers, computer programs and educational system to provide what? To provide a learning and a training. Though the proposed amendment in UGC, that is Open and Distance Learning Program and the Online Program, Regulation 2020, EduTech company will allowed to be collaborate with the higher education institute offering the online undergraduate and postgraduate degrees to help to develop the course content and carry out the evaluation of student. That means even the second statement will be the correct. That means the reason is correct. So the correct answer according to the explanation will be option number A, that both assertion and the reason are true. The next question here is, in this question the statement 1 and statement 2 is given. The first statement is green bonds are fixed income financial instruments which are used to fund a project that have a positive environmental or climate benefit. So here we are talking about the green bond. Okay. So what is green bond? That you have to understand first. The green bond are a type of debt issued by a public or a private institute to finance themselves. Okay. जो ग्रीन बॉन्ड है वो एक प्रकार का डेप है जो कि पब्लिक और प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूट इशू करता है. किस लिए इशू करता है? टू रेज द फाइनेंस फॉर देमसेल्फ. Unlike other credit instrument, they commit the use of a fund obtained by the environmental project or one related climate change. जो second statement है वो है green bond are just like an regular bond with a key difference that the money raised from the investor is used exclusively to finance projects that have a positive environmental impact such as renewable energy and green buildings. So in statement 2 we are even talking about the regular bond. So at present we know what is green bond, right? The key difference between the green bond and the regular bond is that issuer publicly state it is a raising capital to fund green project asset or a business activity with the environmental benefit such as renewable energy, low carbon transport or for a factory project. Okay. यहाँ पर जो ऑप्शंस थे वो थे स्टेटमेंट 1 ओनली इज ट्रू, सेकेंड ऑप्शन था स्टेटमेंट 2 ओनली इज ट्रू, थर्ड ऑप्शन था स्टेटमेंट 1 and 2 आर ट्रू and the last option is none of the statement is the true. Okay. A green bond is a kind of a fixed income instrument which is usually used to finance the environmental project like a pollution, healthy water and a decent transportation, and such a bond are a backup by the issuer balance sheet so that hold the same credit rating as the issuer explanation. That means the both the statement given here are the true. I hope these things are clear to you. The next question here is which of the following is or are true? In this question they given you the three statements and below that they given you the code, and from that code you have to select the correct answer. The first statement given here is solar waste is a electronic waste generated by the discarded solar panels. Second statement is solar panels have a estimated life of 25 years. And third is India has dedicated the solar waste policy. So to answer this question, you have to understand what is solar waste first. Okay. If you don't know what is solar waste, then how you are going to answer this question? So understand the meaning first and then try to answer the question. So solar waste, it is a electronic waste or a e-waste generated by the discarded solar panel and photovoltaic, that is PV devices. Photovoltaic devices contain the semiconducting material that converts sunlight into the electronic energy. और उसकी जो लाइफ एक्सेप्टेंसी होती है सोलर पैनल की वो यूजुअली 25 to 30 years के लिए होती है. Over their lifetime, the panel very slowly degrade, meaning that may produce a less and less electricity. Now you know what is solar waste, right? The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has highlighted that India currently considers the solar waste as a part of the electronic waste and does not account for it separately. Okay. So solar waste is a electronic waste generated by the discarded solar panel. That means the correct answer will be option number A, that is statement 1 and statement 2 will be the correct answer here. The next question here is Prime Minister launched the National Hydrogen Mission on. जो Prime Minister है अपने उन्होंने नेशनल हाइड्रोजन मिशन कब लॉन्च किया? एंड फॉर दिस द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर 15 January 2021. Second option given is 15th August 2021. Then is 15th October 2021, and the last option is 15th April 2022. Okay. The mission aimed to aid the government meeting in the climate target and making the India green hydrogen hub. This will help in meeting the target of production of 5 million tons of green hydrogen by 2030 and related development of renewable energy capacity. The Honorable Prime Minister launched the National Hydrogen Mission on India's 75th Independence Day, that is on 15th August 2021. The mission aimed to aid the government in meeting its climate target and making the India a green hydrogen hub. Okay, so now you know the aim why this national hydrogen mission has came into the existence, and when it launched on 75th Independence Day of India, that is on 15th August 2021. So here the correct answer will be option number B. Potentially unwanted program, that is PUP, are popularly known as. So यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन में आपको पोटेंशियली अनवांटेड प्रोग्राम के बारे में पूछा गया है, एंड फॉर दिस द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर फ्रीवेयर ऐप, सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज बोल्टवेयर ऐप, थर्ड ऑप्शन इज शेयरवेयर ऐप, एंड द लास्ट ऑप्शन इज वायरस. Potentially unwanted program, that is PUP, also known as potentially unwanted application. Okay, that is PUA, potentially unwanted application, even will be the correct answer here. Often came installed with the freeware, commonly referred to as a junkware, bundleware or a adware. PUP are a software program that the employees of the organization may download unintentionally. PUP is also known as Boltware app. This app is a needless program that take a toll on your device program. ये जो है वो आपके सिस्टम के बैटरी को अफेक्ट करता है एंड ओवरऑल प्रोग्राम को भी अफेक्ट करता है. सो यहाँ पर जो करेक्ट आंसर होगा वो होगा ऑप्शन नंबर बी, Boltware apps. The next question here is परम प्रेवेगा. यहाँ पर आपको परम प्रेवेगा के बारे में पूछा गया है, और इसके लिए जो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है वो है इज द नेम ऑफ न्यू लार्जेस्ट सोलर पार्क बीइंग बिल्ट अप. सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज द मोस्ट पावरफुल सुपर कंप्यूटर इन द इंडिया. थर्ड ऑप्शन इज द लार्जेस्ट रिजर्वोयर ऑफ जियोथर्मल एनर्जी इन इंडिया. And the last option is a new program to promote the research in India. So जब भी हम बात करेंगे परम प्रेवेगा के बारे में, the Indian Institute of Science, that is IIC, has installed and commissioned the Param Prevega, and it is one of the most powerful supercomputer in India and the largest in an Indian academic institution under the National Super Programming Mission. The system is accepted to power diverse the research and the educational pursuit, and it has a supercomputing capacity of 3.3 petaflops. It has been designed by the Center of Development of Advanced Computing. Okay, please remember this, who developed or who designed this supercomputer in India. So according to the explanation, the correct answer will be option number B, that is Param Prevega is the one of the most powerful supercomputer in India, which is or are through about the common university entrance test. तो यहाँ पर आपको कॉमन यूनिवर्सिटी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट के बारे में पूछा गया है. उसके लिए जो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है वो है सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी विल कंडक्ट द एडमिशन टू ऑल द अंडर ग्रेजुएट कोर्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ common university entrance test, and the second option is it is a envisaged in the National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020. Third option is both are true, and the last option is none is the true. Common University Entrance Test, which is envisaged in National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020. The National Testing Agency, that is NTA, will conduct the Common University Test, the first ever mandatory countrywide entrance examination for the examination of undergraduate courses in all the 25 central universities starting with the academic year 2022 to 2023. Please remember the year when it is starting. Okay. The correct answer here is option number C, that is both the statements given are the true. That is, Central University will conduct the admission to all the undergraduate courses on the basis of Common University Entrance Test, and it is envisaged in National Education Policy 2020. What released the second part of 6th assessment report titled Climate Change 2022 Impact, Adoption and Vulnerability. For this, the options given are UNEP. Now, what is UNEP? The full form of UNEP is United Nations Environment Programme. Is responsible for coordinating the response to the environmental issues within the United Nations system, and it was established by the Maurice Strong. It's the first director after the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment in Stockholm in June 1972. Second option is IPCC. The IPCC released the second part of 6th assessment report titled the Climate Change 2022 Impact, Adoption and Vulnerability. The working group second contribution to the 6th assessment report. Okay. The IPCC is the 6th assessment cycle in which it's producing the 6th assessment report with the contribution by its the 3 working group and the synthetic report. According to the latest report, the extent and the magnitude of a climate change impact are larger than estimated in the previous assessment. Third option is World Bank. The World Bank is an international financial institution that provides the loan and grants to the governments of low and middle income countries for the purpose of pursuing the capital project. And the last option is वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम. जब हम बात करते हैं वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम की तो उसका जो फुल फॉर्म है वो है WEF, एंड ये जो है वो इंटरनेशनल नॉन गवर्नमेंटल एंड लोबिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो कि बेस है इन कॉलोनी कनेक्शन इन जिनेवा स्विट्जरलैंड में. एंड ये जो है वो एस्टैब्लिश हुआ था ऑन 24 जनवरी 1971 को बाय जर्मन इंजीनियर एंड इकोनॉमिस्ट. यहाँ पर जो करेक्ट आंसर है वो है ऑप्शन नंबर बी, दैट इज IPCC released the second part of 6th assessment report titled Climate Change 2022 Impact, Adoption and Vulnerability. In this question, the two statements are given. The first statement is NAAC was established in 1994 as an autonomous institution of University Grant Commission. मतलब कि जो NAAC है वो establish हुआ था 1994 में as a autonomous body institute of UGC. और जो second statement है वो है as per the revised guidance of NAAC, college and a university that have completed even a 1 year of academic year will be eligible to apply for the professional accreditation. मतलब कि अकॉर्डिंग टू जो रिवाइज जो गाइडेंस है बाय NAAC, कॉलेजेस एंड यूनिवर्सिटी को 1 ईयर एकेडमिक का कंप्लीट करना होता है टू अप्लाई फॉर द प्रोविजनल एक्रेडिएशन. ओके, एंड द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर स्टेटमेंट 1 ओनली इज ट्रू, सेकंड इज स्टेटमेंट 2 ओनली इज ट्रू, थर्ड इज बोथ आर ट्रू, एंड द लास्ट वन इज नन इज द ट्रू. So National Assessment and Accreditation Council, that is NAAC, Please remember the full form here. It was established in 1994 as an autonomous institute of University Grant Commission, and its headquarter is in Bangalore. That means जो first statement है वो correct है. Okay. Under the new set of a guidance developed by National Assessment and Accreditation, मतलब कि NAAC, college and a university that have completed even one academic year will be eligible to apply for the provisional accreditation. According to the guidance, the move aim to widen the horizon of accreditation. That means even जो second statement है वो भी यहाँ पर correct है. यहाँ पर मैंने आपको दोनों जो स्टेटमेंट है वो एक्सप्लेन कर दी है, और इसका जो आंसर होगा अकॉर्डिंग टू एक्सप्लेनेशन वो होगा ऑप्शन नंबर सी. दैट मीन्स बोथ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू. In this question there are two statements. Statement 1 is the ancient education system was only the formal in nature because it is a focus on the moral, physical, spiritual and intellectual aspect of the life. So here जो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट है वो कह रहा है कि जो हमारा प्राचीन जो एजुकेशन था वो ओनली फॉर्मल था. हियर वी आर यूजिंग द वर्ड ओनली. ओके, प्लीज कॉन्सेंट्रेट हियर. एंड सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज द एंशिएंट एजुकेशन सिस्टम ऑफ इंडिया फोकस ऑन द होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट एंड इट वाज अ फ्री एंड सेंट्रलाइज्ड. जो सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट है वो कह रहा है कि जो हमारा प्राचीन एजुकेशन था वो होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट पर फोकस करता था ऑफ द स्टूडेंट एंड इट वाज अ फ्री एंड सेंट्रलाइज्ड. एंड फॉर दिस देयर आर फोर ऑप्शंस गिवन. द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज बोथ द स्टेटमेंट गिवन आर करेक्ट. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज बोथ द स्टेटमेंट आर इनकरेक्ट. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. And the fourth option is statement 1 is incorrect and 2 is correct. So during the ancient period, the two systems of education were developed. First one is Vedic and second one is Buddhist. And the medium of a language during the Vedic system was Sanskrit. Please remember the language here. Again, you might receive the question on this. Okay. While those in a Buddhist system were a Pali language. Okay. During those times, the education was of Vedas, Brahmanas, and Upanishad and Dharmashastra. Okay. In ancient time, both the formal and informal way of education system exist. There were people in the home, village, and a temple who guide the young children. Education was free and not centralized. That means the option 2 will be correct here. That is, both the statements are incorrect. Now, why these statements are incorrect? Because in first statement, we are saying that only formal. We can say that in ancient education system was formal, but we can't say it is only formal. Okay? Because the education was formal as well as informal. And second statement is the ancient education system of India focused on holistic development of the student and it was free and centralized. Yes, it was free, but it was not centralized. Okay? And because of that, both the statements here are incorrect. In this question, there are two statements are given. The statement 1 is Xuanzang, the famous pilgrim from China, visited Nalanda University and studied and taught in 7th century. मतलब कि जो चाइना के फेमस पिलग्रिम थे स्वानसंग, उन्होंने नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी को विजिट किया था and studied and taught in 7th century AD. And second जो statement है वो है UNESCO declared the archaeological site of Nalanda a World Heritage Site in year 1985. So whenever we are talking about the Xuanzang, he is a famous pilgrim from the China, came here and studied and taught for the 5 years in the 7th century AD. Nalanda University at that time had over 10,000 students and 3,000 teachers. for the same 700 year between the 5th to 12th century. Nalanda was the central of scholarship and of Buddhist study in the ancient world. And the second statement is saying that UNESCO declared the archaeological site of the Nalanda World Heritage Site in year 1985. But here the year is given wrong because it is in 2016 and not in 1985. So second statement will be the incorrect. That means the correct answer here will be option number 3. That is statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. I hope these things are clear to you. In ancient time in Gurukul system, Vasu learner was expected to learn up to how many years of the age in the Gurukul? Here you have to know about Gurukul system first. So the Gurukul was a type of a school in the ancient education system. The Gurukul system is an ancient learning method. Gurukulam was existed since the Vedic age. Their main motto, the main aim is to develop the knowledge and they were highly focused on the education. The gurus trained their students with the meditation, yoga and other standards. Okay. So for this question the options given are 12 years, 24 years, 6 year and 8 year. Here the students were divided into the 3 categories like Vasu, second one is Rudra and third one is Aditya. When we are talking about a Vasu, those obtaining education up to the age of 24. That means the correct answer here will be a 24. But even we will see about a Rudra and a Aditya because you never know, you might receive question on other system also. Okay. So whenever we are talking about a Rudra, those obtaining the education up to the age of 36. Please remember here the age that is 36 and Aditya is age up to the 48. Okay. So the correct answer here will be option number 2nd, that is 24. The ancient time in Gurukul system, Vasu learner was expected to learn up to 24 years of age in Gurukuls. The University Education Commission, which came into existence in 1948, recommended that there should be the minimum how many working days excluding the examination day in the university and colleges. So here the university education system जो था उन्होंने जो days working days होते हैं वो recommend किए थे excluding the examination days. How many days they recommended? Okay, and for this the options given are 180, then is 200, 220 and 240. So here the government of India appointed the University Education Commission under the chairmanship of Dr. Radhakrishna in November 1948. So again आपको यहाँ पर याद रखना है कि ये जो यूनिवर्सिटी एजुकेशन कमीशन था वो डॉक्टर राधाकृष्ण के चेयरमैनशिप के अंडर आया था नवंबर 1948 में. The commission made the number of a significant recommendation on various aspects of higher education and submitted its report in August 1949. One of their recommendation was that there should be a minimum 180 working days excluding the examination days in the university and colleges. That means the correct answer here is option number 1, that is 180 days. So here this question is related to assertion and the reason. The assertion is value-based education is essential to develop an individual and help him or her to get a positive direction towards shaping their future. And the reason is the value education is educational institutions that cannot given without a religious education and instruction. For this the options given are both assertion and the reason are correct and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Second option is both assertion and the reason are correct and the reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Third option is assertion is correct and reason is incorrect. And last option is reason is incorrect. Here the value education can be imparted without involving the religious education. That means the reason will be not correct here, because in reason we are saying that value education is an educational institution that cannot be given without the religious education, but in actual value education can be given without the religious education. Okay, there is no need to involve the religious education here. As per the Article 28 of Constitution, no religious instruction shall be provided at any educational institute wholly mentioned out of the state fund. Okay. That means here the correct answer will be option number 3, that is assertion is correct and the reason is incorrect. Now why the reason is incorrect? Because here we are saying that value education in the educational institute cannot be given. Okay, cannot. Because of this word the reason is incorrect. Okay, it can be given. The next question is, from the list given below, identify the institutions which are not a part of 9 national coordinator of SWAYAM. And the options given are IIT Bombay, second is IIM Bangalore, third is UGC, fourth is AICTE, and the last one is IISc Bangalore. So from this you have to select the correct code which represent the correct answer. In order to ensure that best quality content is produced and delivered, the 9 national coordinators have been appointed. They are, first one is All India Council for Technical Education, that is AICTE here, for a self-paced and international course. Second one is National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, that is NPTEL for engineering, which is not given here. Third one is UGC. So here the UGC, that is University Grant Commission for non-technical postgraduate education. Fourth one is CEC, okay, for undergraduate education. Fifth one is National Council for Education Research and the Training, that is NCERT, which is not given here. After that there is a IGNOU, that is Indira Gandhi National Open University for out of school students, even that is not given here. Then is IIMB, that is Indian Institute for Management Bangalore, which is given here, you can see, for a management studies, and National Institute of Technical Teacher Training and Research for Teacher Training Program, that is NITTTR, okay, which is not given here. The correct answer for this question will be option number 2, that is A and E, as the IIM Bangalore, UGC and AICTE is a part of the 9 national coordinators of the SWAYAM. So in this question they ask you to identify which is not part of the SWAYAM. So IIT Bombay and IISc Bangalore is not part of the 9 national coordinator of SWAYAM. So B will be the correct answer, or second will be the correct answer. Which of the following organization has an objective to regulate and properly maintain the norms and standards in the teacher education system and for matters connected therewith? For this the options given are UGC. UGC is the University Grant Commission of India, is a statutory body set up by the Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education and Government of India in accordance to the UGC Act 1956. Okay. Second option is NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education, is a statutory body of Indian government set up under the National Council for a Teacher Education Act 1993 in 1995, and the objective of this is to achieve the planned and coordinated development of teacher education system throughout the country, to regulate or properly maintain the norms and standards in teacher education system and for matter connected therewith. So this is one of the objective of the NCTE. If you read carefully the question, this is an objective of option number 2. So here the option 2 will be the correct answer for this question. The third objective of this is it aims at training the individual for equipping them to teach the primary, secondary and senior secondary stage in the school, non-formal and a part-time education and an adult education. Third option is NIEPA, that is National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration, established by the Ministry of Women Resources Development, Government of India, a primary organization dealing with the capacity building and research in planning and management of education, not only in India but also in South Asia. And the last option is ICSSR, that is Indian Council of Social Science Research, was established in the year of 1969 by Government of India to promote the research in social science in the country. As I said, this is one of the objective of option number 2, that is NCTE. Means the correct answer is NCTE. The next question here is, most of the state universities are what in nature? For this, the options given are affiliating university, second one is deemed university, third one is self-financing university, and last one is private university. Now what is deemed university? Deemed university in India, better understood as a deemed to be university in the stated conform to those high-performing higher educational institute of repute and department of various university in India that might be a standard set up by a UGC. Private university and private colleges are the institution of higher education not operate or owned or funded by the government. Okay, that is the private. The government will not play the important role here. Affiliating university generally have a central campus on which the located department or a school or an institute that impart a postgraduate center located outside the campus in different districts. Affiliating university may also have a university college as well as a constitute college. This university have a variable number of college affiliated to them. So the correct answer here is option number 1, that is most of the state university are affiliating university in nature. Supreme Court was directed in the judgment given in 1991 to make the subject given which compulsory in the college curriculum. कॉलेज में नीचे गए में से कौन सा सब्जेक्ट कंपलसरी करने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जजमेंट दिया था 1991 में. For this, the options given are women studies in the academic field that draw a feminist and interdisciplinary method to place the woman life and experience at the center of the study while examining the social and cultural construct of a gender, system of privilege and relationship between the power and the gender as they intersect with other identities and a social location such as a race, sexual orientation, social economic class and disability. The second option is environmental studies. Environmental education was mandated a compulsory subject in the school and the colleges across the country by the Supreme Court of India in year 1991. The mandatory undergraduate environmental study course provide a major opportunity to introduce the student to sustainable development and to sanitize them to issue of equity, social justice and sustainable lifestyle. Third option is information technology. When we are talking about information technology, we are talking about the IT. Is the use of computer to create, process, store and exchange all kind of electronic data and the information. And the last option is value education. So what is value education? Value education is a process through which the individual give a good value to each other. That is called the value education. So here I have explained you all the options in the detail. So I hope all these things are clear to you, because if you receive any question on any of the option, you will be able to answer that question. Okay. By now you must have understand that the correct answer for this question will be option number B, that is environmental studies. Okay, the Supreme Court was directed in a judgment given in 1991 to make a subject environmental study compulsory in the college curriculum. What is the full form of ICSSR? You should know this answer because I have already discussed question on this. The options given are Indian Council of Social Science Research. Second option is Indian Council of Space Science Research. Third option is Indian Council of Scientific Search and Research. And the last option is Indian Congress of Space and Scientific Research. The Indian Council of Social Science Research is the national body overseeing the research in social science in India. It was established in New Delhi in 1969. The ICSSR is taken to implement the impactful policy research in the social science, which aim to encourage the social science research in the policy relevant area so as to provide a vital input of policy formulation, implementation and evaluation. The full form of ICSSR is Indian Council of Social Science Research. That is option number 1 is correct. What refers to the high performing institute which have been declared by central government under section 3 of the University Grant Commission, that is UGC Act 1956. For this the options given are Central University. A central university is the one that has been established by an act of the parliament, and this university is founded by UGC, that is University Grant Commission, and there are 20 central university in India. Please remember this, there are 20 central university in the India, prominent among them being Delhi University, Jawaharlal Nehru University and Aligarh Muslim University. Second option is state university. When we are talking about a state universities are the public university run by the state government, of which by the state and the territory of India, and are usually established by the local legislative assembly act. The University Grant Commission draw its power from the UGC Act 1956. Then is deemed university. Deemed to be university and an institute deemed to university, commonly known as deemed university, refer to high performing institution which has been declared by the central government under section 3 of UGC Act 1956. That means the correct answer for this question will be a deemed university, but still we will see the option number 4. Now why I am explaining you all the options? Only because if you receive any question regarding any of the option, you will be in a position to answer this question, right? So you have to study each and every option thoroughly here. When we are talking about a private university, the private university are typically not operated by the government. Okay, although may receive a tax break, public student loan and grants. Depending upon their location, private university may be a subject to the government regulation. In a private university, government will not play the major role. Okay. As per the explanation, the correct answer is option number C, that is deemed university. Which of the following body is a public-private partnership organization under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship was incorporated to enhance, support, coordinate private sector initiative for the skill development? So the first option given here is National Skill Development Corporation. National Skill Development Corporation India is a public-private partnership organization and that incorporated in 2009. It is incorporated in 2009, okay, under the National Skill Policy, and the objective of is to enhance, support and coordinate a private sector initiative for the skill development through the appropriate public-private partnership, that is PPP model. Second option is National Skill Development Agency. The National Skill Development Agency attempt to increase the employability of youth in India. It is a fully autonomous body constituted on a approval of Union Cabinet of India. On 9th May 2013, the Union Cabinet gave its a note to from the National Skill Development Agency. Third option is National Entrepreneurship Board, and the last option is the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. The Ministry of Skill Development and the Entrepreneurship is the Ministry of Government of India, which is set up on 9 November 2014. Please remember the year again, that is 2014, to coordinate all the skill development efforts across the India. The correct answer here is option number 1. National Skill Development Corporation is a public-private partnership organization under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, was incorporated to enhance, support and coordinate the private sector initiative for the skill development. Atal ranking of institution and innovation achievement rank institution based on the 7 parameters. From the list given below, identify those parameters. So here in this question they ask you to identify the parameter of Atal ranking of institution on innovation achievement rank institute. Okay, and for this there are 6 different points are given. The first one is budget, expenses to support and revenue generate. Second one is students faculty ratio. Third one is promotion and supporting entrepreneurship development. Fourth one is promotion of Indian style innovation, and the last one is innovation in governance of the institution. For this they given you the code and you have to select the correct code. The major indicator of the coordination assessment of innovation and startup ecosystem will be based on the 7 parameter with a certain weightage allocated, that is the budget, expenses to support the revenue generated will be at 20 marks. That means the first will come here, that is point A will be coming here. Then is infrastructure and a facility to support innovation and startup, given the 10 marks. Then is awareness activity for promoting idea generation and the innovation, given the 20 mark. Then is promotion and supporting entrepreneurship development, given the 20 mark. Then is intellectual property, that is IP generation, technology transfer and commercialization, given the 14 mark, that is 14 marks. Innovative learning method and the course, given the 10 marks, and innovation in governance of institution, given the 6 marks. I have explained you all the 9 parameters, and according to that the correct answer, the correct code for this question will be option number 2, that is A will be coming here, then C will be coming here and E will be included in this, that is A, C and E will be the correct for this question. Which higher education initiative aimed at tapping the talent pool of scientific and entrepreneurs internationally to encourage their engagement with the Institute of Higher Education in India. Understand the question first, read the question thoroughly first, and then answer this question. Okay. What mistake we are doing during exam? We are focusing on the options. First, read the question carefully. Okay, understand the question and then go to the option. That is a correct method of answering the question. Okay. The first option here is GIAN, that is GIAN, Global Initiative of Academic Network, aim at tapping the talent pool of scientific and entrepreneur internationally to encourage their engagement with the Institute of Higher Education in the India. It enabled the interaction of the student and the faculty with the best academic and industry expert from all over the world, and also share their experience and expertise to motivate the people to work on the Indian problem. Okay. Second option is SWAYAM. Now what is the full form of SWAYAM? SWAYAM means the study web of active learning for young aspiring mind. The SWAYAM is an Indian government program providing the educational opportunity for the vast number of university and college learner. ये जो स्वयं है वो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का एक प्रोग्राम है जो कि एजुकेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रोवाइड करता है फॉर द यूनिवर्सिटी एंड कॉलेज लर्नर के लिए. उसके बाद है ई-विधान. Now what is e-Vidhan? E-Vidhan, a sophisticated e-governance solution, fully automated the functioning of legislative assembly and significantly minimize the paper uses with the online communication. E-Vidhan is the software suite for the public website. So, जो e-Vidhan है वो एक software है. Okay? And the last option is e-Saksham. What is e-Saksham? E-Saksham is a scheme that has been launched by the Ministry of Education in association with All India Council for Technical Education along with the Cyber Peace Foundation. E-Saksham is a digital training program. So यहाँ पर आपको याद रखना है कि e-Saksham जो है वो डिजिटल ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम है जो कि फोकस करता है ऑन द डेवलपमेंट स्किल ऑफ द 5 lakh college student and teacher in the domain of cyber security. So I have explained you all the point here, all the options here. So you might understand these options, the concept carefully, right? So the correct answer for this question will be option number 1, that is GIAN. Which of the following courses are considered the professional courses? From given, which are the courses which considered will be the professional courses? For this, the options given are BSc, second one is MBA, third one is web designing, D is BA, and the last one is animation and multimedia. And for this, they given you again the code and you have to select the correct code. Professional education is a formalized approach to specify the training in the professional school through which participants acquire a content knowledge and learn to apply the techniques. Some professional courses which are more popular, जो कि इंडिया में more popular है, वो है Master of Business Administration, then is Medicine, Engineering, Fashion Designing, Law is there, Interior Designing is there, Web Designing is there, Digital Marketing is there, Charter Accountancy, Graphic Designing, then is Program Application, Computer Application, Animation and Multimedia is there, Hospitality is there, Mass Communication is there. Okay. So the correct answer will be option number B, that is B, C and E. MBA will be included here, Web Designing will be included here, and Animation and Multimedia will be included here. From the list given below, identify the Oriental Learning Institute in the India. So यहाँ पर आपको Oriental Learning Institute जो है इंडिया की वो identify करने के लिए कहा है. And for this, they given you some institution name. The first one is Adiyar Library and Research Center. Second one is Indian Institute of Science. Third one is Ganganath Jha Kendriya Sanskrit Vidyapit. The fourth one is Mythic Society. And E is Indian Institute of Advanced Study. And even for this question they given you the code and you have to select the correct code. Oriental study in academic field of a study that embraces near the Eastern and the Far Eastern society and the culture, languages, the people, history. In the recent year, the subject has been often turned into the newer term of Middle Eastern study and Asian study. Oriental Research Institute are institutions specially devoted to the Indological studies. Indology is the science of a study of culture in the all its aspect. The Ideal Library and the Research Center, Ganganath Jha Kendriya Sanskrit Vidyapit, then is Mythic Society, then is Saraswati Mahal Library are some example of the Oriental Learning Institute in India. The correct answer here is option number 2. That is A, C and D will be the correct. Okay. A, C and D will be included under the Oriental Learning Institute of the India. आगे जाने से पहले मैं आपको और एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ, जो भी बच्चे यूजीसी नेट पेपर 2 की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं उनके लिए ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन नोट्स और एमसीक्यू की पीडीएफ लेके आया है। नीचे दिए सब्जेक्ट के लिए हमारे पास जो है वो पीडीएफ अवेलेबल है। उसकी एक्चुअल कॉस्ट है 1500, लेकिन वही पीडीएफ आपको 30% डिस्काउंट में मिल रही है। ओके, टू गेट द पीडीएफ प्लीज कॉन्टेक्ट ऑन गिवन नंबर। Which of the following entries of Indian institution deal with the coordination and determination of standard in the Institute of Higher Education or a research or a scientific and technical institution? For this they given you the option. The first option is entry 63, second option is entry 64, third option is entry 65 and last option is entry 66. When we are talking about this, there are 448 articles in Indian Constitution and each state the article cover the important part of the Constitution including the legislature, executive schedules, part of Indian Constitution, constitutional bodies, statutory bodies, fundamental right. Okay, and there are many more. So when we are talking about the entry 63, the article 63 of Indian Constitution, the Vice President of India, the article 63 is all about the Vice President of the India, and article 64, that is entry 64, is talking about a Vice President to be a ex officio chairman of the Council of the State. Then is entry 65, the article 65 or entry 65 is the Constitution of India 1949, the Vice President to act as a President or to discharge his function during the casual vacancy in the office or during the absence of the President. And entry 66 of a list 1 provide for the coordination and determination of a standard in the institution of higher education or a research and a scientific and a technical institution. So according to this, the correct answer is option number D, that is entry 66 of Indian Constitution deal with the coordination and determination of standard in the institution of the higher education or a research or a scientific and a technical institution. Gross enrollment ratio, that is GER, in higher education is the total enrollment in the higher education regardless of the age expressed as the percentage to the eligible official population in the given school year. Which of the following age group explain the eligible official population in this regard? And the options given are 16 to 21 years, then is 17 to 22 years, third option is 18 to 23 years, and the last option is 19 to 24 years. GER, that is gross enrollment ratio, the number of students enrolled in a given level of the education, regardless the age, expressed as a percentage of the official age population corresponding to the same level of the education. Now, how we find out the gross enrollment ratio? Then the total number of a student enrolled divided by the population of official age group multiplied by 100. You will get the gross enrollment ratio. The correct answer for this question is option number C, that is 18 to 23 years. Which body is established for periodic evaluation of technical institution and program according to the specific norm and standard as recommended by AICTE Council? Now, what is the full form of this? Then it is All India Council for Technical Education. Please remember this. All India Council for Technical Education. The first option here is NEC. NEC was established in 1994 in a response to the recommendation of National Policy in the Education 1986, and this policy was to address the issue of deterioration in the quality of the education, and the program of the action laid out the strategic plan for the policies, including the establishment of the independent national accreditation body. Consequently, the NEC was established in the 1994 and the headquarters of the NEC is in the Bangalore. Again, remember the headquarters of this, because you never know what UGC may ask you, okay, what type of a question there might be, and believe me, the question will not be easy. We are taking this lecture only that you can make a maximum preparation, okay, and these videos will help you to make a more preparation and better preparation. The second option is NBA. NBA came into the existence in the autonomous body from the 7th January 2010 with the objective of the quality assurance and the education relevance, particularly of the professional and technical program. Third option is NIRF, that is National Institutional Ranking Framework, has been accepted by the MOE and launched by Honorable Minister of Education on 29 September 2015. Okay, it is a launch in 2015. Please remember this. And the last option is ARIIA, that is Atal Ranking of Institution and Innovation Achievements, is the initiative of Ministry of Education, Government of India, to systematically rank all the major higher education institute and the university in the India on indicators related to innovations and entrepreneurship development amongst the students and the facilities. The correct answer here is option number B, that is NBA. In this question, there are two statements are given. The statement first one is, the UGC in India has statutory responsibility for maintenance of the quality and the coordination of institutions of higher education. And the statement second is, the NCTE being regulatory body for a teacher education in India comes under the control of UGC. In light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the option given below. So they given you the option. The first option is both the statement 1 and 2 are true. Second option is both the statement 1 and 2 are false. Third option is statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is false. And the last option is statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is the true. National Council for a Teacher Education, that is NCTE, is regulatory body of Indian government set up under the National Council for a Teacher Education Act 1993 in 1995, and the main objective of this is to achieve the plan and coordinate development of teacher education system throughout the country. The regulation and the proper maintenance of norms and standard in the teacher education system and for matters connected therewith, it is not under control of the UGC. So here the correct answer for this question is option number third. That is statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is false. Okay. So this is for today. I hope you like this lecture. Tomorrow we will coming with the new topic. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. The NEP 2020 recommended that the duration of B.Ed program will be, ये जो क्वेश्चन है वो 2021 में आया था, मतलब कि लास्ट ईयर आया था, जहां पर आपको B.Ed प्रोग्राम के बारे में पूछा गया था कि ड्यूरेशन कितना होता है B.Ed प्रोग्राम का. फॉर दिस द गिवन यू द ऑप्शंस, दैट इज 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years and 5 years. And from given code you have to select the correct code. Okay, the B.Ed course was actually for a 1 or a 2 year is also available. The 2-year B.Ed will be for the candidate having a bachelor degree. जो 2 years B.Ed होता है वो होता है bachelor degree complete करके हम जो B.Ed करते हैं वो 2 year के लिए होता है. And a 1 year B.Ed program will be offered only to those who have a completed the equivalent of the 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor degree or who have obtained the master degree. And this candidate will be later hired as a subject teacher. मतलब कि B.Ed करने के बाद हमें, अगर मानो मैंने B.Ed किया है तो मुझे टीचर के तौर पर हायर किया जाएगा जो भी सब्जेक्ट मैंने चूज किया होगा मेरे डिग्री में. ओके, the correct answer here is option number B, that is A, B and D. That is 1 year, 2 year and a 4 year. 3 year and a 5 year will be not included here. Okay. Center for Environment Education, that is CEE, was established in. In this question they ask you about the CEE and when it is established. And for this the first option is 1985, second option is 1984, third option is 2004 and the last option is 2016. सेंटर फॉर एनवायरमेंट एजुकेशन दैट इज CEE, ये जो है वो एस्टैब्लिश हुआ था 1984 में एज अ सेंटर ऑफ एक्सलेंस ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंट, फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. एज अ नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट, CEE मैंडेट इज टू promote the environmental awareness nationwide. CEE developed the initiative program and educational material and builds the capacity in the field of education for sustainable development. Okay. The correct answer here is option number 2. That is Center for Environment Education, that is CEE, was established in 1984. Even this question was there in 2021. मतलब कि लास्ट ईयर के पेपर में ये क्वेश्चन था जहां पर आपको लिस्ट 1 और लिस्ट 2 दी थी. Under the list 1 there is NIEPA, second one is NEC, third one is AICTE and the last option is ICSSR. And in list 2, promotion of quality in technical education, second one is to promote the research in social science, third is planning and management of education and the last one is accreditation of higher education institute. And for this question they given you the code and you have to select the correct code here. The first option is NIEPA, that is National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration in a research focused university which is located in the New Delhi, India. Second one is NEC. When we are talking about a NEC, the full form of NEC is the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, is a government organization in the India that access and accredit the higher education institute. Third is AICTE, that is All India Council for Technical Education, is a statutory body and national level council for technical education under the Department of Higher Education. Okay. And the last one is ICSSR. ये जो है उसका जो फुल फॉर्म है वो है इंडियन काउंसिल ऑफ सोशल साइंस रिसर्च और ये जो एस्टेब्लिश हुआ था इन ईयर 1969 बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया टू प्रमोट द रिसर्च इन द सोशल साइंस इन द कंट्री. Here the correct answer for this question will be option number 3, that is NIEPA will be the planning and management of education, that is third one. Then is NEC, NEC will be the accreditation of higher education institute. Then is AICTE, that is promotion of quality in technical education. And last one is ICSSR, that is to promote the research in the social science. Please remember the full form of each institute because you might receive question on this, and this is a last year question. So please focus on the question, okay? Which of the following article of Constitution of India state the state shall endeavour to provide early childhood education and care for all the children up to the 6th year of the education. मतलब कि यहाँ पर पूछा गया है कि आर्टिकल ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो है इंडिया का, वहाँ पर चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन के बारे में कहा गया है, वो कौन सा आर्टिकल है जो कि चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन के बारे में बताता है, okay, up to the age of the 6th year of children. So here the first option is Article 21. So when we are talking about the Article 21, the Article 21 is all about the protection of a life and personal liberty. No person shall be deprived from his life or a personal liberty except according to the procedure established by the law. Okay. Second option is Article 44. The Article 44 is a Uniform Civil Code, is a proposal in India to formulate and implement one law for a citizen which apply to all the citizens equally regardless their gender, religion, sex and a sexual orientation. Third option is Article 45. Here there is, when we are talking about Article 45, the Article 21A. Please remember Article 21A I am talking, okay. Article 21A provides that the state shall provide a free and compulsory education to the children between the 6 to 14 year of age. So Article 21 जो है वो कहता है कि free and compulsory education, okay, between the age of 6 to 14 year of the age. But the Article 45 provides that state shall ensure to provide the early childhood education and care for all the children up to the 6th year of the age. Okay, don't get confused here between Article 45 and Article 21A. And the last option is Article 51. Article 51 provides for the right of the country to engage in the self-defense. जो Article 51 है वो बात कर रहा है self-defense के बारे में. Okay. The correct answer here is option number 3rd, that is Article 45. The next question here is CBCS provide an opportunity for the student to choose the courses from. जो CBCS है वो स्टूडेंट को अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रोवाइड करता है टू चूज द कोर्सेज फ्रॉम, और ये जो क्वेश्चन है वो 2021 में आया था. ओके, द ऑप्शंस आर कोर कोर्सेज, second is environmental education, third is elective courses, fourth is computer courses, and last is ability enhancement courses. And from this you have to select the correct code here. Okay, CBCS provide the opportunity for the student to choose the courses from the prescribed courses comprising the core, elective or a minor or a skill based courses. And the course can be evaluated giving a grade system. Okay, CBCS is providing a grading system which is considered and better than the conventional mark system. So according to explanation, the correct answer will be option number 1, that is core courses, environmental education and elective courses. Which of the following is a 5-year vision plan to improve the quality and accessibility of a higher education over the next 5 years, that is from 2019 to 2024. So in this question यहाँ पर आपको पूछा गया है कि 5-year vision जो plan है improve करने के लिए quality and accessibility higher education की over the 5 years वो कौन सी है. And for this the options given are TUPLIP, second option is RAISE, third option is EQUIP, and the last option is LOCF. Okay, LOCF is a learning outcome based curriculum framework. LOCF has a tremendous potential to break the traditional teaching learning barriers and make the education system student centric. Okay. The ultimate aim of LOCF lies in the enhancing the quality of the higher education in the India and encouraging the student to gain the best skills and the knowledge during their स्टूडेंट जर्नी. ये जो है वो स्टूडेंट को एनकरेज करता है टू गेन द बेस्ट नॉलेज और अ बेस्ट स्किल ड्यूरिंग द देयर जर्नी. ओके. Equip is a education quality upgradation and inclusive program. This is a 5-year vision plan to improve the quality and accessibility of the higher education over the next 5 years. Double the gross enrollment ratio, that is GER, in the higher education and resolve the geographically and socially skin access to the higher education institute in the India. Position at least the 50 Indian institute among the top 1000 global university. So as I explained you, the correct answer for this question is option number 3rd. Okay. The key objective of a RUSA is to improve. In this question they ask you the objective of RUSA. Now what is the full form of RUSA? RUSA means the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shikshan Abhiyan. Is a holistic scheme for a development of higher education in the India. और ये जो है वो इनिशिएट हुआ था 2013 में by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of the India. Okay. For this question, the options given are access, equity, quality, infrastructure and curriculum. And for this question, they given you the code, and from this code you have to select the correct one. Okay. When we see the objective of a RUSA, the objectives are improve the overall quality of the state institute by ensuring the conformity to prescribe the norms and the standard. The second one is transformative reform in the state higher education system by creating the facilitative institutional structure. Third objective is ensure reform in the affiliation, academic and examination system. Fourth objective is ensure the adequate availability of a quality faculty in all the higher education institute and promote the capacity building. And last objective is to create the enabling atmosphere in the higher education. I have already told you the full form of RUSA and the objective of a RUSA. That means you must know the answer for this, right? So the option 1 will be the correct answer here, that is access, equity and the quality will be included in the key objective of the RUSA. As per the new education policy 2020, that is NEP 2020, Higher Education Commission of India will be set up as a single umbrella body for the entire higher education with the 4 verticals. Which of the following will not be one of the 4 verticals of the Higher Education Commission of the India? यहाँ पर जो क्वेश्चन है वो कह रहा है कि जो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है 2020, ओके, वहाँ पर जो है हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया जो है वो सेटअप किया है एज अ सिंगल अम्ब्रेला बॉडी फॉर द एंटायर हायर एजुकेशन जो सिस्टम है उसके लिए विद द 4 वर्टिकल्स. ओके. और यहाँ पर आपको बताना है कि विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग विल बी नॉट एज अ 4 आर्टिकल ऑफ द हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन ऑफ द इंडिया. So the options given are, first is National Higher Education Regulatory Council, second one is General Education Council, third one is Higher Education Grant Council and the last option is Skill Development Council. तो आपको बताना है कि ये इसमें से कौन सा एक है जो कि हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया का वर्टिकल नहीं है. So here when we are talking about the Higher Education Commission of India, it will be set up as a single umbrella body for the entire higher education, excluding the medical and legal education. Please remember this, The medical and the legal education is not included under the Higher Education Commission of the India. The Higher Education Commission of India will be having a 4 independent vertical, namely the National Higher Education Regulatory Council for the regulation. That means the first point will be correct here. Second one is General Education Council. Even this point will be included here. Third is Higher Education Grant Council. This point will be considered here. And the fourth point is National Accreditation Council for the accreditation. Okay, that means the Skill Development Council will be not included here. So the correct answer for this question will be option number 4, right? That means 1, 2 and 3 are the verticals of the Higher Education Commission of the India. But Skill Development Council is not included here. So this is correct answer for this question. Which article of Constitution of India give a right to all the minority, whether based on the religion or a language, shall have a right to establish and administer the educational institute of their choice? Okay. So again here we are talking about the article of Constitution of India. That means you can understand how important this topic is. Okay. For this the first option is Article 21 Clause 1. Article 21 Clause 1 is everyone has a right to take a part in the government of his country directly or through the freely chosen representatives, and everyone has the right to equal access to the public service in the country. So here we are talking about the rights of a people who have a equal access to the public service in the country. Second option is Article 25 Clause 4 of the ICSID convenience provide that contracting state may notify the center of class of dispute that it will be not consider submitting to the jurisdiction of ICSID. Third option is Article 30 Clause 1. Article 30 Clause 1 says that all the minorities, whether based on the religion or a language, shall have a right to establish and administer the educational institute of their choice. Okay. And the last option is Article 45 Clause 1. Article 45 is all about the freedom of movement for a worker shall be secured with the union, and such a freedom of a movement shall entitle to abolish of any discrimination based on the nationality between the worker of the member state as regard the employment, remuneration and their condition of the work and the employment. I hope all these articles are clear to you. The correct answer here is option number 3rd, that is Article 30 Clause 1 of Constitution of India give a right to all the minorities, whether based on the religion or a language, shall have a right to establish and administer educational institute of their choice. This question was there in last year paper, that is in 2021. Which of the following are deemed to be a university? And for this the options given are, first is NCERT, second is NIEPA, third is Jamia Hamdard, fourth is Jamia Millia Islamia, and the last is IIT. Okay, and from this you have to select the correct code from given below. If you look at the meaning of a deemed to the university, the meaning of deemed university is to high performing institution that have been granted autonomy of its operation, admission as well as a design its course and a fee structure by itself. Okay. After through the analysis, a deemed university is not associated with the state and given the deemed to be a university tag. The full form of NCERT is National Council of Educational Research and Training. And when we see the full form of NIEPA, the full form of this is National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration. Please understand the full form here, because you never know, you might receive question as a match the following, okay, where they might ask you the full form of the universities, okay. The answer here for this question is option number 1, that is A and B will be included here, okay. What does NIRF stand for? ये जो क्वेश्चन है वो लास्ट ईयर एग्जाम में आया था 2021 में, और जहां पर आपको NIRF का फुल फॉर्म पूछा गया था. एंड फॉर दिस द ऑप्शंस दिए गए थे नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ रैंकिंग फेडरेशन, सेकेंड ऑप्शन था नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ रैंकिंग फ्रेमवर्क, थर्ड ऑप्शन था नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशनल रैंकिंग फ्रेमवर्क, एंड लास्ट ऑप्शन था नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशनल रैंकिंग फेडरेशन. The National Institutional Ranking Framework is the methodology adopted by the Ministry of Education, Government of India to rank the institution of higher education in the India. The framework was approved by the MHRD, okay, and launched by the Ministry of Women Resource Development on 29 September 2015. ये लॉन्च कब हुआ? 29 सितंबर 2015 को, ओके. यहाँ पर जो करेक्ट आंसर होगा इस क्वेश्चन के लिए वो होगा ऑप्शन नंबर 2, दैट इज नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ रैंकिंग फ्रेमवर्क. द फर्स्ट नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स यूनिवर्सिटी, अ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी, इज इन द स्टेट ऑफ. ये भी क्वेश्चन प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स में आया था, जहां पर आपको फर्स्ट नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स यूनिवर्सिटी पूछी गई थी, जो कि कौन सी स्टेट में है ऐसा पूछा गया था. और इसके लिए ऑप्शंस थे हरियाणा, सेकेंड वन इज मणिपुर, थर्ड वन इज अरुणाचल प्रदेश, एंड लास्ट वन इज पंजाब. So when we are talking about a national sports university, is a sports university in the Manipur in India, okay. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi has laid foundation stone for the National Sports University on 16 March 2018. Please remember the date, that is 16 March 2018. And it is the first central university in India focusing on the sports education. So the correct answer here is option number 2. The first national sports university is in the state of Manipur. Which of the following commission in their report recommended that science, education and research should have a high priority to accelerate the national economy? यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन में आपको पूछा गया है दिए गए में से कौन सा ऐसा कमीशन और कौन सी ऐसी कमिटी है जिसने रिकमेंड किया है कि साइंस, एजुकेशन एंड रिसर्च शुड हैव अ हाई प्रायोरिटी टू एक्सेलरेट द नेशनल इकोनॉमी. फॉर दिस द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज आचार्य नरेंद्र देव कमिटी. So here when we are looking at the Acharya Dev committee, this was a concern with the education and it's a organization in relation to the political and constitutional condition and potentiality of the progress. The term reference imposed the serious limitation on the committee and much narrowed down the scope of its inquiry. The committee, however, actually survived the education policy of the government, studied the silent fact of the present system of the education. The second one is Mudliar Commission. The Secondary Education Commission is also known as Mudliar Commission and was appointed by Government of India in terms of their resolution to bring the changes in the present education system to make a better for the nation. Okay. Third one is Radhakrishnan Commission. ये जो है वो अपॉइंट किया था गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने टू रिपोर्ट ऑन इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटी एजुकेशन एंड सजेस्ट द इम्प्रूवमेंट एंड द एक्सटेंशन that may be desirable to suit a present and a future requirement of the country. And the last one is Kothari Commission. National Education Commission, popularly known as Kothari Commission, was an ad hoc commission set up by the Government of India. और ये क्यों set up हुआ था? To examine all the aspects of the educational sector in the India, to evolve the general pattern of education and advise the guideline and the policy for the development of education in the India. यहाँ पर जो करेक्ट आंसर होगा वो होगा ऑप्शन नंबर 4, दैट इज कोठारी कमीशन. Kothari Commission in their report recommended that science education and research should receive high priority to accelerate the national economy. The next question here is NEET and MHRD scheme aim at. तो यहाँ पर आपको नीट एंड MHRD के बारे में पूछा गया है कि उनकी जो स्कीम है उनका जो एम क्या था. ओके, फॉर दिस द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर better learning outcome in higher education. Second option is facilitating medical entrance examination. Third option है better financial resource management. And the last option is promoting स्वच्छ campus under the स्वच्छ भारत अभियान. MHRD का जो फुल फॉर्म है वो है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वुमेन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट एंड नीड का फुल फॉर्म है नेशनल एजुकेशनल अलायंस फॉर द टेक्नोलॉजी. So here the Ministry of Women Resource Development, which is now known as the Ministry of Education, has announced a National Education Alliance for a Technology to use the technology for a better learning outcome in the higher education. And the scheme aims to use the artificial intelligence to make a learning more personalized and customized as per the requirement of the learner. As per the explanation, जो करेक्ट आंसर होगा इस क्वेश्चन के लिए वो होगा ऑप्शन नंबर 1. नीट एंड MHRD स्कीम एम एट बेटर लर्निंग आउटकम इन द हायर एजुकेशन. Which of the following ancient university provided for the teaching of special subject Vajrayana Buddhism along with the other subject? यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन में आपको पूछा गया है इसमें से कौन सी एक यूनिवर्सिटी है जो कि प्रोवाइड की है फॉर द टीचिंग ऑफ स्पेशल सब्जेक्ट दैट इज वज्रायना बुद्धिज्म अलॉन्ग विद द अदर सब्जेक्ट. फॉर दिस द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज मिथिला यूनिवर्सिटी. मिथिला यूनिवर्सिटी जो है वो एस्टैब्लिश हुई थी 5 अगस्त 1972 को बाय द ऑर्डिनेंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ बिहार सब्सिक्वेंटली एनेक्टेड थ्रू द लेजिस्लेचर. Second option is Jagatala University. The Jagatala University, it was constructed by Pala King Rampal of Bengal. He made it a monastery and the name as a Jagatala. In Jagatala, there were many scholars notable for their knowledge. Okay, and the book was translated in the Tibetan language, and Jagatala specialized in the Vajrayana Buddhism. The third option is Nalanda University. When we are talking about a Nalanda University, it is a public central or a university which located in the Nalanda district, Rajgiri in the state of Bihar, India. And ये जो है वो designated है as a international institute of a national importance and excellence. And the last option is Odantapuri University. Odantapuri University ruin located at the Hiranya Prabat in Bihar, Sarif is also known as Odantapura Vihar or Odantapuri Buddhist Mahavira. Founded in the 8th century by an Emperor Gopal of Pala dynasty, it furnished for a 400 years till the 12th century. The correct answer here is option number 2, that is Jagatala University provided for the teaching of special subject, that is Vajrayana Buddhism along with the other subject. Here in this question they given you the two statement, statement 1 and statement 2. The statement 1 is it stands for the augmented research platform for the integrated teaching, and the second statement is it is an initiative for the online professional development of 15 lakh higher educational faculty using the massive open online courses platform Swayam. For this, the options given are statement 1 is only true, second option is statement 2 is only true, third option is both the statement are true, and the last option is none is true. The annual refresher program in the teaching is an initiative for the online professional development of 15 lakh higher educational faculty using the massive open online course platform Swayam. For implementing the annual refresher program in the teaching, 75 discipline-specific institutions have been identified and notified as a National Resource Center. NRC prepare the online training material with a focus on latest development in a discipline, new and emerging trend, and the methodology for translating the revised curriculum. NRC, that is National Resource Center, are located in the mixed range of institutions such as a Central University, IISc, IIT, NIT and state universities. The correct answer here is option number B, that is statement 2 only is the true. Okay. Which among the following campaign have been launched with the aim to invite experts in the country to share their knowledge and a solution in order to overcome the constraint in promoting the digital education? So, यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन में आपको पूछा गया है नीचे गए में से कौन सा कैंपेन है जो कि लॉन्च किया है टू एम टू इनवाइट द एक्सपर्ट इन द कंट्री क्यों to share their knowledge and the solution in order to overcome the constraint in promoting the digital education. For this, the first option is Bharat Padhe online campaign. Second option is e-Shiksha campaign. Third option is Digital Vidya campaign, and the last option is Digi Shiksha campaign. When we are talking about the Digi Shiksha campaign, it is a multi-purpose school management system which aid in automating the school daily operation and provide the insightful report and 360-degree tracking so that the school and the colleges can make a better and a faster decision to escalate the productivity of their institution. Then is Digital Vidya campaign. Digital Vidya is Asian leading digital marketing training company and the first to launch the social media marketing workshop series in the India. Then is e-Shiksha campaign. E-Shiksha is the education management portal which simplify the management and provide the enormous facility to the institute over a portal assistant educator to manage, analyze and report the extensive data while making your institute management a cashless and paperless management. Then is a Bharat Padhe online campaign. The Ministry of Women Resources Development has launched the campaign called Bharat Padhe online campaign. The campaign aimed to improve the online education in the India. ओके ये जो कैंपेन है वो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वुमेन रिसोर्सेज डेवलपमेंट ने लॉन्च किया है और उसका जो एम है वो इम्प्रूव करना है ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन इन इंडिया. द मेन एम ऑफ कैंपेन इज टू इन्वॉल्व द एक्सपर्ट इन द कंट्री टू शेयर देयर नॉलेज एंड सॉल्यूशन in order to overcome the constraint in promoting the digital education. Students and teachers are the main target of the campaign. Though there are several other initiatives to promote the online education in India, this campaign is a launch to bring all the experts of a different field to share their knowledge during the lockdown. Okay. So, according to explanation, the correct answer will be option number A. Okay. These questions were there in the previous year questions paper, and because of that I am explaining you all the points here, all the options here. So please understand each option, because you never know on which option you will receive the questions. All the topic which I am discussing in today's lecture, all are important from the exam point of view, because all this topic were already there in the previous year questions paper. Okay. Which is incorrect about Prime Minister Research Fellow, that is PMRF scheme? So here in this question they ask you about the Prime Minister Research Fellow scheme, and for this the options given are: it has been designed for improving the quality of research in various higher education institutes in the country. Second one is, it seeks to attract the best talent into the research, thereby realizing the vision of development through the innovation. Third one is, the institute which can offer PMRF include all the IIT, all the IISER, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and some of the top central university, NITs. And last is, none is the incorrect. The Prime Minister Research Fellow, that is PMRF scheme, has been designed for improving the quality of research in the various higher educational institutes in the country. With the attractive fellowship, the scheme seeks to attract the best talent into the research, thereby realizing the vision of development through the innovation. And the scheme was announced in the budget of 2018-19. Please remember this year, that is, it is announced in budget 2018-19. The institute which can offer the PMRF include all the IIT, all the IISER, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and some of the top central university, NITs, that offer the science and technology degree. The candidate will be selected through the selection process, and their performance will be reviewed suitably through the national convention. So as per the explanation, the correct answer for this question will be option number D, that is none is incorrect. That means all the statement given here, all the option, that is A, B and C, will be the correct. Okay, the answer for this question is this. Okay, because they asked you that which is incorrect. Yukti web portal will cover various initiatives and efforts of the institution in the academic research, especially related to the COVID-19. युक्ति स्टैंड फॉर, यहाँ पर आपको युक्ति के बारे में पूछा गया है, उसका फुल फॉर्म पूछा गया है. ओके, फॉर दिस द ऑप्शंस जो है वो दिए गए हैं. द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज ईयर लॉन्ग कैंपेन टू combat COVID with the knowledge, technology and innovation. Second is Young India combating COVID with the knowledge, trade and initiative. Third is Young India combating COVID with the knowledge, technology and innovation. And last is You and I combat COVID with the knowledge, technology and the innovation. The ministry has launched the Yukti, and the full form of Yukti is Young India combating COVID with the knowledge, technology and the innovation web portal on 11th April 2020. The Ministry of HRD prepared a portal in a view of coronavirus. The portal intended to cover the different dimensions of COVID-19 challenge in the very holistic and comprehensive way. Through this portal, the Ministry of Human Resources Development will endeavor to ensure that the student, teacher and researcher in the higher educational institutions are getting the appropriate support to meet the requirement needed to advance their technology and the innovations. तो यहाँ पर जो करेक्ट आंसर है वो है ऑप्शन नंबर सी. युक्ति का जो फुल फॉर्म है वो है यंग इंडिया कॉम्बेटिंग कोविड विद द नॉलेज, टेक्नोलॉजी एंड द इनोवेशन, और ये जो है वो आया था 11 अप्रैल 2022 में.